guys, it's me, Kelly Shanley. I'm back for another edition of Comedy Questions with Kelly, part 2. Excuse me. Okay. Today's question I get asked a lot by just about anyone who has any interest in stand-up comedy at all. And that question is, how do you come up with your material? Where do you get your ideas? This is a fun question for me because in addition to being a comedian, I'm also a writer and an actor. Part of the reason that I became a writer and a comedian, in addition to starting out as an actor, was that I had so many ideas, but I didn't get to be in any of them or act out any of them. So stand-up is the perfect place. If you have tons of ideas and no outlet for them, you write a joke, you go to an open mic, you stand on a stage, you tell your idea to the world. Will it be well received? Maybe, maybe not. It's a really great way to express yourself. I've never had a shortage of ideas. That has not been my problem. I know that's not the case for everyone, but for me, material is just flying at me and out of me all of the time. What do I write about? People in my life, things that I notice about the world around me. My mom, I spent a lot of time with her. She's hilarious. Yes, she's cool with it. She has been in the audience many times. If anything, people are dying to meet her after my show, not me. It's fine. Sometimes you just gotta tell a story. And do I have to shorten the story and really extrapolate from the story what's funny and unusual? Yes, because you can't just stand on stage and tell a 5-minute story with 2 punchlines. Nobody wants to listen to that. Cram it down into maybe a minute and really, really pull out of it what's funny and relatable. Then you can tell a story about your life. Between the ages of 25 and 35, I was single for 9 out of those 10 years. What a wealth of material. Wouldn't you love it if you had an outlet where you could just take all those awful dates, write down what's funny about them, and then tell them to an audience? Maybe that's your worst nightmare, actually, as I say it, but to me, it was fun. One of my favorite things about being a writer and a comedian is that whenever something awful or annoying or boring or just generally lame is happening to me, first reaction is oh no, I have to endure this. Second reaction, oh, I get to write about this. Oh, I'm gonna pay attention to the details and the people here and what's happening in the process and all the things around me that could be funny about this awful situation. And so suddenly something that sucks a little bit less. It's material. I actually had so much material about online dating that I wrote a blog. Then I wrote a column. It's over on Medium. It's called For Love or Peanut Butter, and I think it's hilarious, so go check it out. I am very close with my family. Unlike most comedians, I actually had a wonderful childhood, so I spend a lot of time with them, and I write about them. Skiing, living with a boy for the first time, my cat, being awoken by an earthquake in the middle of the night, food. I'm from Lake Tahoe. It's an unusual experience, so I talk about that. The first question I get when I say that is, what? People actually live there? Yeah, we do. Someone has to work at the restaurants and run the ski lifts and, clear the snow. So yeah, people actually live there. I'm really lucky. I have a really good life and I get to go out and do a lot of fun things. I'm an adult who plays kickball. I play softball. I surf. I like to write about those things. And then when I go out and do things that are not fun, I also like to write about those things. From time to time, I'll just do straight observational comedy if I notice something that is funny to me, but I wouldn't say my brand is observational comedy. I don't really do politics. There are so many people out there doing politics already, and they're doing it so well. I'm not gonna try and do it better than them, but mostly I don't wanna think about politics as much as is required to be a good political comedian. Comedy for me is my outlet. It's fun. It's a way to keep things light. Yes, we need political comedians and I appreciate them for falling on that sword for the rest of us, but it's not what I do. That being said, sometimes I'll have a point of view about something that is not particularly funny to start with. For example, it might be about politics, like the overturning of Roe v. Wade. I had some very strong feelings about that, right? I don't want to go on stage and rant for 5 minutes about how upset I am about the overturning of Roe v. Wade. But if I can take one point of view and sprinkle it in the middle of a set about something completely different, that I will do. When I do have an idea, my notes app in my phone is where all of my stuff goes. I do voice memos too if I can't write something down. I don't know what that's gonna be. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I thought it was funny. I wrote it down. I'll go back and I'll look through my notes app. I'll try it. To me, material is all around me. It is everywhere. I just have to thin the herd, if anything, and focus and pick something to write about. And that's just me. I'm one person, I'm one comic. This is my experience as a comic. Write about everything. Now I sound like fucking cult leader. The material is all around you, yeah. One thing I will say is that when I'm developing a bit that feels really vulnerable and you're like, I can't say this out loud to even my best friend, let alone to a room full of people, that's the stuff you have to say, because that stuff is the most relatable. When I have written jokes that I'm nervous to say out loud or nervous to do on stage because I think they're too niche for women or too silly or just too embarrassing, whatever it is, those are the jokes where I get true fans. I did a joke about my uterus being disappointed in me because I haven't gotten pregnant yet. I can't do this joke. This is so bad. The reaction I got from women after that show coming up to me, I almost didn't do that joke too. The material you're afraid to do is the material you have to do. Oh, my cat is scratching at the door. Sir. What? We're rolling. This is Remy. He loves to be on camera. Yes. Okay. Anyone can make observational jokes about the difference between cats and dogs. Really personal things that happen to you, no one else can write about those. If you have an idea for some material and you're like, this is hilarious to me, but I never want to say this out loud in front of anyone, do it. That's the good stuff. Your audience will appreciate it. Maybe not every person in that audience, but the people in that audience who do appreciate it will really, really appreciate it. Or be like, oh, to you too? I thought that only happened to me. And then boom, new fan, best friend. I hope you enjoyed my hot take on coming up with material. Have fun, meet people, interact with the world, and then write about it. And if something embarrassing happens to you, definitely write about that. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already. I appreciate you so much. And then leave some questions in the comments. Let me know what you want me to talk about next time. If you like this video, please like it. Thanks so much, guys. I'm Kelly Shanley, and this has been Comedy Questions with Kelly.